Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel and the podcast. Listen, I want to get into this quad IVF storyline for Married to Medicine. We know that BravoCon just took place last weekend, and why I feel like, and some other people feel like, she's using this as shade towards Sweet Tea, or maybe not even shade towards her, but she is swapping what Sweet Tea was trying to accomplish while she was on the show and making it her storyline. And why this Porsha girlfriend situation, it just sniffs and smells of storyline, and it has people side-eyeing whether it's a real relationship or a business promotion. So let's get into it, guys. Thanks for stopping by the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind.
Okay, so I guess the new season is starting soon for Married to Medicine. I don't expect much because the mere fact that Dr. Jackie, Heavenly, and Quad are still on the show, it's just draining before I even see one episode. But I want to get into this clip from BravoCon because they were discussing Quad's IVF journey, right? And it's crazy because with her being back with this storyline, a lot of folks are saying this is crazy after spending last season shading Sweet Tea about her issues. Now suddenly she's in her motherhood era. Listen, women, people can change if they really want to, but reality TV timing is always suspect. And then in the meantime, you've got Portia's storyline, and it's crazy as well because even though I truly believe that Portia licks it low and spreads it wide, she, in terms of being in a full blown relationship with this woman she so called is dating, I'm just not buying it because the woman that she allegedly is dating just so happens to promote business coaching, salon suite rentals, and beauty pro branding. I've seen it on social media so many times that I click, do not show me this ad again. I'm in the beauty industry, so I feel like sometimes things are targeted towards me. And there's a lot of stuff I'm like, I'm not interested. I don't want to see it. Get it up out of my face. And so, yeah, I was seeing her ads on IG way before this situation came out. So when I saw that Portia was saying that this is the woman that she is in a love connection with, I was like, love connection or a business hookup, conveniently wrapped up in this so-called romantic bowl for TV exposure because we already know, especially when it comes to these housewives, they get on these shows and they promote their either current businesses or they create something to have a wannabe business. And getting on television, it's marketing that this woman has been paying for all of this time on Instagram. And unless people don't mention this at all when they showcase her on this season, then I, will say, yeah, this is all for marketing. But let's get into this clip of Dr. Jackie and Quad and the others talking about Quad's so-called IVF journey.
I heard that you were helping Quad with her IVF journey, which is so beautiful.
Yes.
Talk to me about that. Thank you. That's so special. What has it been like helping her on this journey?
Well, everybody in the room knows Miss Quad, and she doesn't get to her appointments on time.
What that got to do with anything?
You know
What
what?
does that have to do with anything right now?
Because King actually is on time.
Yes, he's
No,
Yes.
actually not.
King, this season, King has beat you.
Let me tell you
To
something.
the,
You don't know.
What is that nigga's first name? I'm sorry, because it's like, why in the hell are y'all in the military and you're calling each other by the last names? Because unless it's that, I don't want to hear them calling this dude King anymore because he's not a king. What's his first name? But anyway, why do you have to go through IVF? Like, and I'm just saying this because I'm not, trust and believe, I'm not even saying this to try to shade the chick, but the hell that Quad and some of the others, low key, like Heavenly, were giving Letitia Sweet Tea Lunsford for not being able to conceive a child naturally, and she's actually younger. Why is it that Quad has to go through IVF? Does that mean that she was going to struggle to have a baby too if she actually really wanted to ever have a baby with Greg? Which most of us who have sense know that she never was in it for that. So you're going through an IVF journey. Why? Aren't you a healthy young woman who's ripe and ready? You just chose to wait to have a baby, and now that you're ready, shouldn't y'all just do the do and you get pregnant? Why do you have to go through IVF? I'm just asking.
Know him more than I know him.
Not at all.
You know him from
Not
afar.
at all.
I know him deeply.
Okay, we're talking about
Trust me.
IVF
We're
right
talking about
now.
IVF.
Okay, we're talking about IVF.
Well, this is supposed to be a way of us complimenting you.
No, I understand. I understand.
We're thinking that you made a good choice.
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, it has been amazing. Taking care of women, of course, is what we do all day long.
Absolutely.
And having to see, and we love it. We
Yes.
absolutely love it. Girl,
We heard that you were helping Quad with her IVF.
girl power. Right. But what?
Well, Dr. Jackie will never live down how they came for her with how she spoke about Black women who are expecting children, because that's how she really feels. So, yeah, all the girl power and whatever, child, please.
Watching Quad go through this journey has been a little different for me because I don't oftentimes take care of my sisters.
Yes, yes.
And going through this journey, having been there myself, has been even hard because it's like reliving.
Yeah, yeah.
Child, and listen, I'm not going to take away Dr. Jackie's attempts to have a child, in years prior, but you help people with this all the time. You're not breaking down crying every time you help somebody with it. Let's be real.
It's like reliving the whole infertility journey.
I understand.
And so every time she would come in and we would talk about the different tests and what she could and couldn't do and what would happen, and when I couldn't give her good news,
I understand.
I felt heartbroken.
Yeah.
So again, why is Quad going through IVF? First of all, she's not even married to the nigga, but she's going through IVF to conceive a child and have a baby with someone that she's not married to. And this ain't about old fashioned stuff or whatever, but it's wild that she was married to Greg for years and oh yeah, I'm definitely going to have a baby. She never was going to have a baby with that man. And I don't care what anybody says. I still stand on what I stand on. I'm not saying that Greg wasn't insensitive with some things that he has said and done, but I'm definitely not sitting here and saying that that man was beating her ass and was abusing her. I do not believe that by any stretch of the imagination. And she never wanted to have a baby with him. And hey, that's her right and her choice. I'm not saying that she should have had a baby with him or, he should have forced her to have a baby or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But Quad knew that she was not in that marriage for the long haul. And that's why she did not want to have a baby. But also, I will say, is she infertile? Because again, this is what she was coming at Letitia for with regards to her having endometriosis and shading her about not having a baby. And now she's having struggles to have a baby. Boy, I tell you, karma is something else.
because I saw myself in Quad.
Yeah.
So when you watch this season to see the highs and lows and us crying together with me doing a pap smear.
Crying during a pap
And
smear.
I'm crying with
Oh,
this
wow.
girl.
All up in Baba JJ.
That's all up in Baba JJ.
So you've got to watch it because it will speak to millions of women.
So you didn't have that compassion for Letitia? Why? Because she chose not to come to you as her OBGYN? Maybe. I don't know.
Millions of women around the world
Absolutely.
on the fertility journey.
Absolutely.
And I will say this, and that deserves a round of applause, seriously.
Yeah.
This season was one of the toughest seasons thus far for me. I was very vulnerable. What women...
Man, I tell you, see, this is why I don't talk about stuff like this very often. I do when I get time. And you guys know who've been over here with me for a minute. You know, I've been spending more time on real life topics and politics, not because I'm into politics, but it's because it's a lot of hot button issues that are going on right now that I just can't help but talk about because it pisses me off. These people piss me off because they're so fake. The crap is so freaking fake. I listen, kudos to the people where this is how you make your money, where you're watching these shows all the time. You're reviewing every episode of the reality shows that you do watch, and you're traveling to go to BravoCon to ask these fake chicks these questions about shit that really don't matter. And you may say, well, why are you talking about it? Because I want to. I talk about what I want to talk about when I feel like talking about it, when I have the time to talk about it. But I'm just saying, a lot of this stuff is just so freaking fake. This is why I can't talk about this stuff all of the time. So her talking about, oh my God, this was like one of the hardest seasons for me to date. And it's just watching this and I was so vulnerable. Girl, you are so fake. Somebody right here said, but made fun of Sweet Tea. See, that's what I was talking about. Somebody up here said, didn't Quad shade Sweet Tea about not giving Greg a baby? Now she can't give King a baby. Bam. That's what I'm saying. Quad can never just take a moment and let it be. She has to do the most. Duh, you should know your man better than the other ladies. But Toya and the girls were complimenting your man. Damn, girl, shaking my head. Bye, Jackie. We see you trying to change the narrative. We heard how you spoke to Buffy and how you spoke about Black pregnant women on IG. Like, girl, listen, this is what I was saying because I didn't even read through any of these comments. I just liked the post just now because I had this save that I was going to go back and check it out.
would normally do behind closed doors and in private, I decided to share it with you all. And so it took a lot of bravery, it took a lot of courage, and I just hope that there's someone that will be inspired by my story.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Child, please. Somebody said, we love you at The Real Dr. Jackie and at Absolutely Quad. People are free to love who they want to love, and it's cool. I don't care. But this is ridiculous. Somebody said, I wonder if at The Real Dr. Jackie will say at Absolutely Quad complains too much or is overly dramatic when she's pregnant. I'm guessing she saves those comments / feelings for those of lower socioeconomic status. She's gross. In fact, I thought this show would have been canceled by now. I catch clips on social media on occasion and mad at myself for even watching those. Let me go ahead and heart that comment, child, because I get it. Somebody said, where was that empathy for Buffy? Get rid of this lady. Somebody said, Heavenly, Jackie, and Quad ruined that show and no one is willing to talk about it. They created division. I can agree with that. Actually, I think I said that in the beginning. Quad can never just take a moment and let it be. And I think I already read that comment. For some reason, it just goes back to previous comments. Sorry, but I don't feel bad for Jackie. She's the same person that did that messed up ish to Buffy. And Quad shaded Sweet Tea about giving Greg a child. Now look at her. Be mindful of what you say. Boom. It's crazy. Jackie is the fakest one, and I can never unsee or unhear how she did Buffy. Let's not forget what she did and said about Black women. Somebody said, talk about losers. Okay, I want to know what you guys think about that because to me, I was just seeing performance. That's all I was seeing, but you're free to feel how you feel, and I wanna know it, so let me know in the comments. And talking about feelings, let's get into Portia and her dating life and what she had to say about this.
You revealed, let everyone know that you were seeing both men and women while back on the dating scene. So which group were you first open to about your newest adventure in your romantic life?
Actually, it was almost the whole group at the same time. Yeah, Drew had a movie premiere.
Movie Run, that was in theaters.
Yes.
Okay, you support.
And so, I had already gone out on a date with my female friend, and it was not really a date. It was like me, my sister, and her hanging out. And then when her premiere came, I said, maybe I should just text and ask her if she want to come with me. You know, forgetting the cameras and all that, let's just see if she would want to come. And she said yes. And so I just went with it. And so I brought her, and Phaedra met her first. Cynthia was there, and Angela. So, yes.
She believes in diversity.
Yes.
I like that. You revealed, but
So this is the clip right here. Turn the music off. So this is the chick right here. And she is Patrice Sway McKinney. She has continual ads running on Instagram promoting her beauty business coaching to help people to get into being salon suite rental owners, not really buying buildings per se, but you know the salon suites. I I've been in the industry for 17 years, seen it, and I've never been in one, but I'm just saying it's just overblown, and it's like, oh my God, another salon suites place. It's just crazy. But I'm just saying this ain't about that. This is about her so-called dating Portia. And not that it's any business of Dennis, because she and Dennis are no longer together. But I do wonder sometimes how does he feel about Portia and the way she is, because she is the mother of his daughter. Like, she's raising a girl. And the type of life and lifestyle that she has is just, it's strange to me. Somebody said, so everything that Candy said was the truth. Another person said, why do women date women who try to look like men? Never made sense to me. Seems like Portia is just confused. Portia is doing this for a storyline. This poor child will do anything for $1. Yeah, just about. Just because you can't find the right man doesn't mean you like women. It just means you're so confused. And it all started with the Underground Railroad. The Nene GIF, funny. Candy was right. Literally the same story over and over again. Anything for a storyline. And that's my part. It's business. Somebody said she'd be unfollowing Sway soon and in another relationship. This is just, it's fake. That's it, and that's all. The Nene GIF. Portia just out here doing anything and anybody. Because let's be clear, I'm not sitting here saying that they haven't bumped uglies. If you know that saying, you know that saying. But I don't believe that this is a relationship in the slightest. All right. Somebody got the rolling eyes emoji, the dollars emoji, praying for her daughter. And see, let me go ahead and put a heart on that, because that's what I was saying. I just am like, this to me is just reeking of a storyline. I love that Nene Jeff, by the way. And I'm just over it. And somebody said, wait, but I thought she was going on Love Hotel. Yeah, Bravo has this show, Love Hotel. They had their first season, I guess, a few months ago. I didn't watch it. Giselle and Ashley's big ass forehead and one of the ladies from Real Housewives of Orange County, they were on it the last season. Did not watch it. I don't care to see these chicks seeing all these men and kissing everybody and what. I'm just not. The only show I ever watched like that, and guilty, raising both hands, was Flavor of Love. The first 2 seasons. Didn't watch the third season because I think he had a third season. And yeah, I did watch I Love New York both seasons. gross, nasty, yuck, all of that. But that was more comedy for me. I'm not interested in watching these dating shows where they're hooking up with all these different people and tonguing everybody up and down and all around. I'm just not into it. So I don't care. But apparently they have a new season coming up and Portia's casted to be on it. It's a check. It's not real life. It's not real life situations. So let's be real. This is the same Porsha who preached loud and proud against the LGBTQ community, but now she's so-called in her fluid era and coming back to quad. This IVF storyline should be handled with sensitivity for sure if it's real, but it's hard for people like myself to separate real life from reality TV. Manipulation, when the cast members only get vulnerable when they need a sympathy edit. So I want to talk about the motives. I want to talk about this marketing and this madness behind these storylines. So you guys let me know what your thoughts are in the comments.
Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.